Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe. So let's get into today's video. Today's video is going to be the showcase of Legacy Shadow Omastar. I did make this as a bit of a spice pick, however it turned out to be absolutely fantastic. I went on a 14 and 5 run. I did put a poll up. I was going to showcase one set, but the majority of people voted for the longer showcase. So this is pretty much the entire 14 and 5 run, minus the battles that were affected by stuff such as desync and lag. So let's get into the team. We're going to be running a Kanto, Shadow Ninetales in the lead on obviously overheat. You know we don't like to nuke. We don't like to bait, on this channel. It's all about the nuke, so we're going to have to go with overheat. Then we got your boy, the rank 5 Shadow Omastar on the screen, running Mudshot, Rockslide and Hydro Pump. And we got the chunky, very highly ranked Shadow Hypno on the save switch, running Ice Punch and Thunder Punch. The reason for this is because I am so low on TMs from the recent Remove Frustration event. But saying that, Ice Punch does give us some coverage against Golem and Graveler, as we are obviously double weak to Rock. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into the battles. And in game 1, we pick up a neutral lead against the Shadow Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen can obviously nuke us with the Earth Power, however they throw after 5, so this is just going to be a Poison Fang. We've got 2 great responses for this in the back, so I do use our save switch. They once again stay in, and they are going to debuff us with a Poison Fang. We're not going to shield, as we do need shield advantage because Omastar is super glassy. Let's see what they come in with. They do make a little quick swap. They attempt to try and potentially get us to throw a move that isn't Shadow Ball. However, we haven't even got Shadow Ball, so I go Thunder Punch anyway. And we'd managed to deny Confusion, so I'm just going to go straight Thunder Punch. I do want them not to shield. I just want to get as much damage as possible, as Confusion is really oppressive. We get a great bit of lag. I'm not really sure where their energy's at. It looks like they are going for the aggressive Confusion down. So I get to yet another Thunder Punch. And now I aggressively switch into Ninetales. I'm going to go for this Weather Ball. They are in Weather Ball range. So this is now going to start forcing shields. And Omastar with shield advantage is fantastic. I know they've got an absolute bucket load of energy. So I shield this up. That Fire Spin will register. And they actually now switch out into a Lapras. Like I said at the start of the video, you know we don't like to bait on this channel. Lapras comes in. Are they going to respect the overheat? They don't respect it. They're near one shot at this stage. We are going to let Ninetales go down. It's a Shadow Omastar feature. It's not even entered the battlefield now. However, we managed to Mudshot down. Hypno is in the back and we Mudshot that down as well. GG's to that opponent. Let's see if Omastar gets a bit more play in this battle. So we pick up a neutral lead against Lapras. Obviously the Ice Shards are resisted. However, Surf does huge damage. You see, on 4, I do attempt to catch the Surf. I'm unsuccessful. They're now at the energy for Skull Bash. They do go for the Skull Bash. I don't respect it. However, this is great because that Lapras in the back now is energy dry. They come in with Snorlax and it looks like they are going to commit to the Lick Down, which they do. Snorlax is at around 60% health. But I did bank a lot of energy on my Ninetales, so now I'll come back in. And I managed to sneak a Fire Spin, so now we're at the back-to-back Weather Ball. I am going to have to start shielding something up because we don't want to get too low on health. I over-farm quite heavily, and now I'm looking to either take them out or grab the last shield. If the Snorlax shields, which it does, they are now going to have to shield again to maintain the alignment. However, we will probably outpace them to the next Body Slam. They go down 2 shields and we get the Fire Spin through, so at this stage I can now shield this move up and I can commit completely to the Fire Spin down. Back up comes Lapras. We know it's energy dry, so I let them do 2 Ice Shards, which do hardly anything. I bank yet more energy on Ninetales, and Weather Ball takes them out. In the back, they've got Alolan Marowak, so we instantly swap into Omastar. We all know Rockslide did get a nerf at the start of last season. However, stab Rockslide from Omastar is no joke, and we absolutely one-shot that Marowak. Back out comes the energy dry Snorlax, and Snorlax also eats a Rockslide to the face. GG's to that opponent. And in that battle, we did start to see the power of Shadow Omastar. In this next game, we pick up a lead against Shadow Hypno. This is pretty scary because
The confusion's absolutely shredded us. You can see we're almost down to around half health. We do shield this up in case there's a Shadow Ball. They just bait with a Thunder Punch. I actually said Shadow Hypno at the start. It was just our Shadow we could see. It's just a regular Hypno, but either way, the confusion is really oppressive. I go for this Weather Ball. We managed to get the shield, and because we successfully denied the confusion, we are going to be able to outpace them to this overheat. Overheat lands. We one-shot their Hypno. They obviously didn't want to commit 2 shields. Let's see what they've got in the back. In the back, they've got a Pidgeotto. So I am just going to stay in, and I'm going to fire off this Weather Ball. We've got a great matchup here with both Omastar and Hypno. They actually make a great swap into the Alolan Muck. They bank a load of energy on the Pidgeot. We're not going to have to shield this move as Dark Pulse. We do survive. I'm now going to overfarm heavily. I'm almost at the back-to-back, so if the opponent shields this move, they are going to have to shield again. We do grab the shield, we outpace him to the next charge move. You can see Shadow Omastar is so spammy. So we managed to maintain shield advantage, and we managed to take out the Muck. And at this stage, our Shadow Hypno should be in a great position to clutch out this game. We have got a shield. I believe the lose con here would be to shield the Feather Dance and get hit with a Brave Bird. They go for the Brave Bird. However, they're unable to gust us down. With the lower defense, Shadow Hypno is going to take this game. GG to that opponent. Moving on into the next battle. Once again, we see a Hypno lead. These Hypnos are absolutely everywhere. So you saw how I played it last time. Let's see if we play it the same this game. We do actually overfarm quite a lot. We managed to successfully deny the confusion once again. We go for the Weather Ball. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield. They actually don't shield, which is pretty bad for us. However, you can see they are now in a sort of range where Weather Ball is going to start threatening shields. So I build up towards the overheat and once again go for a Weather Ball. Let's see if the opponent wants to give up a shield this time. They do finally give up a shield. At this stage, I am just going to allow the Ninetales to go down, and I am going to look to try and come in with something and get ahead on energy. I've got a decision to make. I don't really want to take too much damage on the Omastar, so I'm going to come in with Hypno and look to completely commit to the confusion down. I am counting fast moves. They've got enough for the Shadow Ball. I correctly shield the Shadow Ball, which is great for us, and now we are going to be able to commit to the confusion down. You can see our Shadow Hypno is absolutely loaded full of energy. They switch out into Alolan Muck. Let's see what they've got in their back, because I would imagine they want to keep the Alolan Muck on Hypno. However, they let us get to this rockslide, which does do huge damage. They're overfarming. They're at the Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave is resisted due to our rock typing, so they should go straight Dark Pulse. However, you can see they're not very effective. Sludge Wave near one-shots us. They actually let us farm down. So whatever they've got in the back obviously doesn't want to see Omastar. It's actually a Alolan Raticate. So at this stage, they had 2 Hypno counters. We got a Hypno loaded full of energy and the Omastar. They call the bait. Omastar manages to get to that back-to-back rock slide. This will grab the last shield as it will KO. And now I instantly swap into Hypno. Alolan Raticate is super bulky. I need these 2 Thunder Punches to KO. You can see here the second Thunder Punch comes through. It's going to be close. The first one didn't do a lot of damage. The Raticate does survive. They get to a move. Now it's going to be about will our super high rank Hypno manage to survive. You can see we do survive and the confusion goes through and we take that game. GG's to that opponent. You can see IVs matter. So in this next matchup we pick up a lead against Alolan Muck. We are both using 3-turn fast moves, so it's really important to try and get the denial and the extra move. We managed to get the extra move through there. We eat the first Dark Pulse. And unfortunately, we go for our own charge move and they get that 3 turns right back. So we're now back on even energy. I am just going to go for the back-to-back though, as we are more spammy. They get another snarl through. Let's see if they want a shield. They don't shield. We managed to win out the 0 shield. And we managed to keep switch advantage. Let's see what they've got in the back. They actually come in with Snorlax. And I managed to, well, I say manage, I thought I'd get to that Weather Ball. Unfortunately, we do get farmed down, which is absolutely dreadful. However, the Fire Spin damage has put the Snorlax in a nice health range, where Rock Slides are now going to start really threatening him. I shield up in case it's the superpower. Unfortunately, we do get baited. I am now sure there, just slightly short of the next superpower. This is going to be another Body Slam. They didn't even build up to the superpowers. It is slightly more energy. And now they are staying in. So once again, I do wonder what they've got in their back. Potentially an Alolan Marowak. We managed to draw the shield. So now I'm really starting to scratch my head. What is in the back? I really hope it is an Alolan Marowak. Rockslide comes through at this stage. I do believe that I can now shield this up and commit to the farm down. Unfortunately, they switch out into a Hypno, and this right there is going to be a good game as they've got a shield, so I back out. You can see in that matchup, that's a prime example of trying to call a team comp and getting it wrong. Unfortunately, you can't always call it. I thought they'd have something weak to Omastar in the back, and they actually had something that absolutely dominates us, so the opponent did outplay us there. So moving on into this next battle, we pick up a lead against Pidgeot. Pidgeots love to bait. I'm absolutely calling the bait here. It is the Feather Dance. We've managed to grab a shield and we've dumped their energy. They meet us with Lickitung. Hypno Lickitung isn't a great matchup for us. Obviously, Lick is hitting us for super effective. However, Confusion does really chunk and these Thunder Punches do really add up. The Lickitung is really aggressively over farming. They are going to have to throw a charge move. They're not going to be able to lick us down. You can see that at this stage, they have decided to dump their energy. We will survive a Body Slam. That Confusion has registered, and they are now going to have to fire off yet more energy because they don't want to get Confusion down. Hypno has put in a lot of work against the super bulky XL Lickitung. Now, at this stage, I am going to come in with Omastar and I am going to look to aggressively Mudshot down. We do manage to Mudshot down because the opponent was far too aggressive with the mid-game play, trying to aggressively lick down Hypno. That's put us in a great spot. Back out comes the Pidgeot. They do shield it up. At this stage, I am just going to start shielding because I don't want to get hit with a Brave Bird. It is the Feather Dance, but Omastar is going to overfarm just a touch. I bank all that energy. I come in with Ninetales. This Weather Ball is going to take them out, and let's see what they've got in the back. In the back is a Shadow Machamp. Shadow Machamp absolutely dominates Omastar, but you saw me bank all that energy. Rockslide is resisted, so we're going to go for the nuke of Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump lands, and we've got an Omastar is a Shadow Machamp counter confirmed. GG's to that opponent. Moving on into the next battle. Once again, we have a Hypno lead. They switch out into Graveler. This is dreadful. The fact they have switched out, I'm almost certain this is going to be the Rockhole team. A team showcased by Oxford U a couple of seasons ago. It's Hypno, Graveler, Golem. We are obviously double weak to Rock. I say Rock, we're double weak to Electric / Rock. So we're basically double weak to this Graveler Golem core. As Electric will hit Omastar for super effective. Rock will hit Ninetales for super effective. And obviously Hypno doesn't have the best matchup as the Stone Edge does really chunk. However, we managed to deal with the Graveler. Back out comes the Hypno. I fake the Shadow Ball. I'm really hoping to grab a shield because shield advantage is going to be the only way we are going to be able to take out that Golem in the back. They don't shield, which is dreadful. We managed to let another Confusion through. We are in a rough spot. How are we going to manage to pull off this game? I switch out aggressively into the Ninetales. You saw me do this in a previous battle. When they're overfarming so heavily, I know I'm going to grab a shield here, which is great. And in the back is the Golem. This is really bad for us. I am going to have to shield this up, as I need to get this Golem a lot lower so that my Omastar can handle it. I build up towards the overheat and I fire off this Weather Ball. I don't try and nuke them as I do need to get guaranteed damage. We managed to get the Weather Ball there, and we're now at the back-to-back Weather Ball. We fire off another one. This should grab the shield, which it does. They are looking to Volt Switch down. They are counting fast moves. They do CMP tie us, which is great because they have dumped their energy. And now at this stage, I believe the win con is to make the catch. This Golem is loaded full of energy. So I bring in the Omastar, fire off a Mud Shot, show him the Omastar, bring out the Hypno. Do we catch the Stone Edge? We successfully catch the Stone Edge. We're looking to Mud Shot down. They switch out. Hypno is going to throw a Thunder Punch. Will my rank 5 Omastar survive? We do survive. We're going to have to go for this Rockslide. Rockslide will KO, and now it's going to be a race. Can we Mud Shot down before the Volt Switch registers? Shadow Omastar pulls off a crazy clutch victory. GG's to that opponent. Moving on into the next battle. Let's see if we can keep this great gameplay going. We pick up a lead against Snorlax. We managed to get the fire spin through, which is great for us, but these body slams do really add up. So we build up towards that back-to-back weather ball. Let's see if the opponent respects the energy we've got and calls the overheat. They actually don't shield up, which isn't too bad for us though, because they are super low. We now look to aggressively come in and snipe with Hypno. We're unable to snipe, but we do manage to get that Snorlax super low. They come in with Alolan Marowak. They're thrown after 4 fire spins. This is a bone club. They haven't even built up to the shadow bone, so I don't respect it. And we are now going to go for a thunder punch. Let's see if the opponent calls the shadow ball. They actually call the bait. And I am now trying to desperately get to this thunder punch. Once again, you can see that IVs on my Hypno coming in clutch. We've got to so many 1 HP and a dream fast moves. We actually managed to get the shield from the Marowak. Now we've got shield advantage for our boy Omastar. So we come in with Omastar. We are looking to aggressively mud shot down. I am going to shield one of these moves. They're probably going to go for, once again, a back-to-back Bone Club. There's the first. We are going to have to eat one more. But even if Bone Club is super effective, which it is, you're going to see it hardly as anything, even to the squishy Omastar. We do survive. They come in with Snorlax, attempting to catch a move. We mud shot that down as well. Let's see what's in the back. In the back is a Lapras. Lapras does not really want to see Shadow Omastar. This rockslide comes through. We get a bit of lag. It does huge damage. We now overfarm just a touch. We this time successfully deny the Ice Shard. The next rockslide does get the shield. We banked a load of energy on Ninetales. We combo play. This weather ball is going to take out the Lapras. And we're going to have to fire spin down Marowak for the win. GG's to that opponent. In this next matchup, we pick up one of the worst leads you could possibly see, Mew. Mew can beat all 3 of our Pokemon. Most Mews are running Shadow Claw like this one, Surf and Wild Charge. So Surf will hit Ninetales for super effective. The Shadow Claws hit Hypno for super effective while they do resist Confusion. And the Wild Charge would absolutely obliterate Omastar right back to his Pokeball. So as much as I hate going down shields, I do double shield and I look to commit to the fire spin down. They bring in a Ninetales of their own. I bank a bucket load of energy and I bring in Omastar. We do resist the fire type moves. They are running Psyshock, but Psyshock isn't a very good move, especially without stab. We get a great bit of stutter lag. Unfortunately, I do let a fire spin through. However, this rock slide will grab a shield as it would near one shot. Unfortunately, I look to get towards the next move. They actually beat us. We are just about getting the energy now. We do have to allow Omastar to go down as we have no shields to protect ourselves. However, I do now want to come in with Hypno. I know they haven't got any move that can really hurt us. Just Weather Ball and Psyshock. For some strange reason, the opponent does go for Psyshock. Obviously, you want to go for Weather Ball as it is neutral. They now come into Lapras. This is an alright spot, so going down 2 shields, we can potentially clutch out this game. These Thunder Punches do around half health to the Shadow Lapras. This one will be grabbing the last shield or will KO. It does grab the last shield. We combo play once again. We come into Ninetales. We go for the Weather Ball. That takes out the Lapras. We manage to get to yet another Weather Ball. This is going to take out the Mew. And we manage to take this game. One fire spin takes out the Pokemon in the back. So GG to that opponent. You can see there, even going down 2 shields, sometimes you just need to get rid of the biggest threat to your team. Moving on into the next battle. Once again, we get the dreaded Hypno lead. So let's see how I play it this time. I'm going to decide that I'm going to go straight for the overheat as a lot of opponents haven't been shielding. Let's see if we can land it. We managed to, I say one shot there. Hypno actually survived, which is pretty bad. I thought it was a one shot. We shield up the Shadow Ball and we are going to commit to the fire spin down. We have got a really healthy Ninetales. Even though our attack is 2-stage debuffed, we have got quite a lot of health, so I'm just going to spam out this Weather Ball. We now put them in a range where Hypno has a much more favourable matchup. The Confusion does really chunk Snorlax. The licks are super effective, but as it isn't a Shadow, there's not really that oppressive. We are now going to start spamming out these Thunder Punches. That chip damage we did with the Ninetales should mean we can win this in the Zero Shield. The Snorlax does actually shield, which does kind of puzzle me a little bit. I am wondering if they've now got a fighter in the back. So I now do shield as well. I know they aren't going to shield this Snorlax at such low HP. Let's see what's in the back. I do undercharge to try and get another confusion. However, we do take them out. And in the back is a Dugong. So not really something I was expecting to see in the back. But we are in a good spot, as both Omastar and Ninetales have an alright matchup here. I aggressively switch out into Ninetales to get them to dump their energy. They are going to have to go for the Water Pulse. They're at 6. This will be the Water Pulse. Water Pulse comes through. We managed to get the Dugong dry on energy. So now we're going to be able to outpace him to this Rock Slide. And this Rock Slide is going to be enough to one-shot the bulky Dugong. Once again, Omastar comes in clutch. GG to that opponent. Moving on into this next battle, we pick up a lead against yet another Pidgeot. Pidgeot is alright for this team. The whole team has a fairly neutral matchup with Pidgeot. I go for this Weather Ball. We are at the overheat. Most Pidgeot users do shield. We do grab the shield here. They still haven't thrown a move and they haven't debuffed us either. So we're now at that back-to-back Weather Ball. Is this Pidgeot going to commit his second shield? They don't. We managed to get a Fire Spin through. I'm calling the bait once again. They do actually go for the Feather Dance, so I switch out. We actually simultaneously switch out. They switch into Graveler, I switch out into Hypno. At this stage, I am now going to try and save shields for Omastar. We eat the Stone Edge, it does hurt. However, we now get to this Ice Punch. Ice Punch is neutral and does do quite a lot of damage because Graveler is really squishy. You can see we almost managed to take them out. Unfortunately, the Volt Switch we let through means they do survive. However, I know that Omastar is going to have to Mud Shot them down. I'm going to shield up this move. Stone Edge would pretty much one-shot us as it is neutral as Rock does not resist Rock. We do now have a nice energy lead on whatever they've got in the back. Let's see what they come in with. They actually come in with a Magneton. Magneton is going to throw after 5. I know they win CMP, so I switch out into Ninetales. We catch the Discharge. Omastar, even though I am taking super effective, we are hitting them back for super effective. This Rock Slide will grab the last shield as Pidgeot obviously doesn't want to see us. And I now count on the 5th. We CMP tie so they can't switch out. I'm going to shield this move up. The CMP will register. They're not going to be able to sacrificial swap. And Omastar once again is going to be able to clutch out this game. You can see when you are using such a squishy team, you do need to be aware of fast move counts. So I knew it was 5 to the Discharge. So I swapped out, caught it on the Ninetales, and obviously on the second 5, I managed to CMP tie and take them out. So moving on into this next battle, we pick up a lead against Nidoqueen. Like we said previously, they could potentially one-shot us with an Earth Power, but once again, this opponent doesn't build up to it. This is going to be the Poison Fang, so I bank my energy and I switch out aggressively into Hypno. They this time don't debuff us, and they switch out into a Snorlax. Hypno Snorlax is kind of neutral, a bit more favourable for the Snorlax as they hit us for super effective with Lick. However, the non-Shadow Snorlax isn't that oppressive. We actually get to yet another Thunder Puncher. This Snorlax now is going to be forced to start shielding. We do grab the shield. They've got an absolute bucket load of energy. That's a back-to-back Body Slam. The first Body Slam won't be enough to take us out. Let's see if they dump their energy. Unfortunately, we are unable to Confusion down. I wait my switch timer out. I'm going to bring in Omastar and I'm hoping they blind throw a Body Slam. Superpower will do huge damage and they actually blind throw the Superpower, so great play on the opponent's side. I snipe him down with the Ninetales. Back up comes the Nidoqueen. I am going to have to shield this up. Poison Fang would even do quite a lot of damage as we are super low on health. They actually now come in with an Alolan Raticate. So this is going to be a problem for us as we have got our defense lowered. I fire off the Weather Ball. They don't shield. They are now in overheat range. I fire off this overheat. This will take out the Raticate if they don't shield, which they don't. But the lowered defense, we haven't been able to clear our debuff. They Poison Jab us down, and unfortunately it looks like this is going to be a loss. I'm going to shield up this Poison Fang, but there is no chance we can Mud Shot down this Nidoqueen. So the mistake we made in this battle was thinking that the opponent would blind throw a Body Slam. However, in hindsight, they're more likely to blind throw a Superpower because that will lower their defense and give us less farm. So we make a mistake in that battle. We now see the dreaded Graveler lead. I switch out on the third Volt Switch to catch the Rock Blast, which is great for us. We've banked a bit of energy on the Ninetales. This time I imagine they are going to throw the Stone Edge as they are staying in. So Hypno is going to shield that up. Let's see what they come in with. They now come in with a Hypno of their own. So this is looking like a pretty bad team comp for ours. I am loaded full of energy. So we do manage to draw a shield, bait in the Shadow Ball. I once again overfarm past the Thunder Punch. Let's see if we can grab the second shield. We are actually one confusion short of the second Shadow Ball, but the opponent shields up anyway, which is great for us. We've managed to grab both shields, so I am going to let Hypno go down. Thunder Punch actually doesn't take us out, and we actually get to yet another Thunder Punch. Once again, you see the Shadow Hypno with almost its perfect IVs, hanging on with 1 HP and a Dream. I now switch out, I save the Hypno for a sacrificial swap. I'm going to let this move go through, even a Shadow Ball will not KO us from this range. We do survive, and unfortunately the opponent snipes us, so I managed to do a good play, and unfortunately there we managed to get caught out with a good play from the opponent. However, Omastar now is going to be able to mudshot down this Graveler. You can see now we are loaded full of energy. Let's see what they've got in the back. They bring back out Hypno. This rockslide is going to take the Hypno out, and it's all going to depend on what's in the back. In the back, they've got an Alolan Sandslash. Ice Punch will not KO from this range. I go straight for the nuke of Hydro Pump. How much will Hydro Pump do? Hydro Pump did one shot. However, at the most awkward of timing, my screen recording app stopped recording as my phone storage was full. So I had to go out of Pogo, clear some space, and we're back recording for this next battle. Once again, we pick up the lead of Pidgeot. Pidgeot loves to bait and loves to shield, so we love to see it. Pidgeot goes down, both its shields. They are probably going to bait us, so I'm not giving them a shield back. We now switch into Hypno. The Pidgeot has loads of energy. Once again, even though I've got 2 shields, I'm going to call the bait. This opponent loves the bait. They throw their third bait of the game, and we now get met with a Lickitung. So Lickitung is in a pretty good matchup here. They are going to manage to completely lick us down, and they are going to leave with a bucket load of energy. Hypno is going to be able to get it down to around half health, which will be decent for us because we still got 2 shields on the back end for our Omastar. You can see we get it down to around half health. I am now going to bring in my Omastar. The opponent throws immediately, so I'm going to call the Body Slam as they've already seen Ninetales, so I doubt they're going to throw Power Whip. It's a really risky call as Power Whip would one-shot because it is double super effective. I am now going to start using shields. Finally the opponent throws the right move, but Omastar overfarms just a touch. This Rockslide will take out the Lickitung, even though it is super bulky. Rockslide from a Shadow is no joke. They now switch out into Lapras. They actually make a great catch. I try and throw in the middle of the Ice Shard animation. I'm unsuccessful, so the opponent looks like they are flexing on us. However, 2 can play at that game. This Rockslide is going to get the Lapras super low as they reach their back-to-back. I know the opponent is going to throw here, so 1 sack deserves another. We sack the Ninetales, we come back in with Omastar, and we're going to save 1 shield for Season 10. Omastar manages to clutch out this game. GG's to the opponent. Great sack swap there. Great try to come back. However, we managed to take that game. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Electrode. Electrode is pretty decent against our team once again as the Volt Switches hit Omastar for super effective. The Foul Play would hit Hypno for super effective, so our best response is the matchup we're in here. I go for this Weather Ball, and I look to aggressively snipe with Hypno. The opponent has super quick reactions, they don't let us snipe, and now we're in the Hypno Mirror. They manage to sneak a Confusion through, which isn't great for us. I bait the Shadow Ball, we get a shield, and we manage to get a Confusion back ourselves. I'm going to call the Shadow Ball as well, and I managed to get baited as well, so it looks like a match of us baiting one another. I know this again is going to be a Thunder Punch. They haven't got the energy for a Shadow Ball, so I'm going to let it come through. And now we are going to fire off our Thunder Punch of our own. 2 Hypnos not running Shadow Ball in a mirror match isn't really what you want to see. The opponent this time thinks we might have the Shadow Ball, which we don't. We managed to get through another Thunder Punch. This is going to start getting the Hypno really low. We now simultaneously swap once again. Me and the opponent both have the same ideas here. We see our switch timers pop up. They've got a Lapras in the back, so that Weather Ball was a nice bit of chip damage, however, getting farm down is not great. We have managed to keep our shield though, so hopefully Omastar will manage to clutch out this game. They are at the back-to-back surf. I'm not going to shield up the first one. The opponent actually throws a Skull Bash, even resisted though, it does huge damage. However, Omastar overfarms just a touch. This rock slide will take out the Lapras even with its boosted defense. Electrode comes in to try and Volt Switch down, they're unable to do so. One Mud Shot, we managed to get to the rock slide before the confusion registers, and Omastar clutches out this game. GG's to that opponent. So you can see there we managed to go on a 14-5 run. We made a couple of mistakes in a couple of battles, so we could have actually won them. I lost one game to severe lag, where literally I was just frozen, my opponent fast moved, farmed this down. So 14-5, could have actually been more, 17-2. Omastar was an absolute monster. If you've got a decent Shadow Omastar and you've got the spare Elite TM, I would 100% recommend using this thing. It's so fun. You can see bulky Pokemon like Sandslash get one shot by the Hydro Pump. Lapras, really bulky. The Rock Slide does around 80%. You're never going to see a Rock Slide hit as hard as Omastar, as the attack stat is really high. So it's such a fun pick. It makes these really bulky mon look more like squishy mon. And obviously no one likes to play these stupid timeout strats. Well, I hate them. So if you're going to use shadows, use the really high attack ones, and you make quick work of these bulky monsters. So at this stage, I would like to say thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Leave a like, it really helps the channel grow. We are getting towards 750 subs. Thanks to everyone who has subbed at this stage, and I will see you all in the next